Okay, I'd like to start by saying good morning and thank you to everybody who has joined this webinar. It's my pleasure to welcome you all to this consumer goods industry webinar hosted by Aforza and Changi Consulting on connecting planning to execution in real time. In the session today, we are going to take you through what it means to be able to go from HQ planning to field execution in real time with some practical steps on how you can get started. And with that, it's my pleasure to introduce you to today's speakers. Ghassan Chakiban from Changi Consulting, who is the founding and managing director. John Lockland from Aforza, who's a sales director for the Middle East and Africa region. And then Marco van Gent, who's a sales engineering director and will be taking us through the solution demonstration today. With that, I'd like to hand across to John Lockland to start by introducing Aforza. Over to you, John.
Thank you, Andrew, and it's a pleasure for me to be a part of this webinar today. Aforza is both a company and a product. On the company side, we've been around for about 2 years. Our founders, you can see at the top there, Nick, Dominic, and Ed, have had a long history in CRM, namely Salesforce CRM, and have worked through companies like Viva and Velocity, which are industry clouds for different verticals, such as utilities and life sciences, and have taken that velocity into the consumer goods market. So Aforza is a company that specifically only works with FMCG consumer goods company and have built a consumer goods cloud to take that front office transformation forward for you. We've worked very successfully across the region with distributors like Transmed and individual manufacturers like Aquamist in Kenya and Superfoam, and large conglomerates like Distel that sell numerous products globally in the drinks market. That success has led to us growing very fast in the last 2 years. So we're now, our products are used on 4 continents. We have over 50 employees, and our innovation has led us to release 3 times a year, every 4 months. So we're now on our 8th, or coming up to our 8th release. Aforza, the product, is an industry cloud for FMCG, and it caters for planning, whether that planning is trade promotion planning, with all the budgets and funding and products that you're going to take into those promotions, through to account planning, route planning, visit planning, and then onto execution. And that can be one persona in a van salesman, such that when they visit and deliver and sell at the same point, or across multiple personas where you've got merchandisers, delivery drivers, and sales teams. And all of this capability that we'll show you today is available online through a web browser, and offline disconnected on Android and iOS devices, whether that's phone or tablet. So that was a quick overview of Aforza. I'd like to hand over to Ghassan now, who will introduce you into Changi.
Very delighted to be on this call with John and the team from Aforza today. A little bit about Changi. We've been in the GCC region and the Gulf Middle East region for the last 11 years. We just celebrated our 10-year anniversary last year of really doing successful projects, transformative digital projects with customers across many different industries, anywhere from Saudi Arabia, UAE, Qatar, Bahrain, Kuwait, and the likes. Our organization, we have a diverse team of close to 19 different nationalities, many different industries and products that we advise customers on. One of the industry focuses for us has been consumer goods, and that's what brought the partnership together with Aforza, is that we've been doing for the last couple of years great work with customers throughout the region to help bring value on the Salesforce platform to customers. So very excited to be here, and we look at this as a journey where we'll be working together with Aforza to make sure that we're bringing the best solutions to the organizations that are within the consumer goods industry. One of the things we've noticed specifically across the consumer goods industries throughout the GCC region in the Middle East is a lot of disconnected systems and silos where real challenges are faced by these organizations. The Salesforce platform and what Aforza kind of offers here are solutions to really meet these challenges. You know, we play that advisory role, and there are real pain points and real issues that organizations face. For example, you know, connecting that entire planning process all the way through to execution. And so you'll see some, you know, some of the figures here are just astounding in terms of how much is spent on apps within IT, how much sales is lost to not having the full information and all that data stream for the teams to use. And then 70% of you know, promotions are unprofitable that consumer goods industry or companies are promoting. So when it comes to sales strategy, finance, IT, technology, all this information is within different systems, and it's disconnected, and it's really causing a lot of frustration. We also see a lot of legacy systems that are not cloud-based, and do not give real-time value and information to all the different departments involved, whether it's a sales reps, it's merchandisers, key account managers, finance, you know, executive level, etc. So I think this is a sweet spot that Aforza, you know, has been able to identify and really bring value to. So given these challenges and given really where Aforza sits within the technology stack, the solution and the value that Aforza is providing is really connecting all these different departments, divisions, but most importantly, when we talk about consumer goods, it's really using the power of Google and Salesforce for bringing together the whole planning strategy, the whole selling with orders and promotions, the visit execution for the team that's out on the field, and then the delivery and the deliveries and invoices of the products and all that process. Now, obviously, all of this is centered around the customer. We want to make sure that the customer is at the heart of everything that we're doing. And so what that means is it's not only giving these applications and these solutions for planning, selling, visiting, and delivering, but also tying all those systems together with your backend inventory, your backend ERP, be it SAP or JD Edwards or Oracle or the likes, and really bringing that 360-degree view around an intelligent and complete modular application, you know, which is the Aforza solution. So that's what, you know, we see as the way forward in terms of bringing value and technology to the region. And one of the great features and benefits that, you know, we've seen our customers use within the Aforza suite is the capability of tablet or mobile offline features and functions. So, for example, when some of the sales reps are out on the road during their visits and selling, being able not only to, you know, put in your surveys and visits, but also to be able to take orders with complex pricing, all with offline capability. And we're seeing this and the language support of the region, obviously being Arabic. So with that offline capability and the powerful mobile app, that really extends the power of Salesforce and gives all those complicated rules around promotion, trade promotion, around product pricing, configuration of bundles, etc., in an offline format, because we know in the region offline is very important.
Thank you, Ghassan. So we've learned about the disconnected life today of having headquarters and planning, not really knowing what the field execution has done. We've learned about how our platform brings this together in one unified data structure. So let's learn a little bit more about the product itself. So we really come to market in 3 pillars. One is our real-time promotion management. So the ability to take budgets and allocate them through funds to certain promotion types, whether that's seasonal, whether it's because competition is in the market that wasn't there before, or whether it's because you're launching a new product. And the ability to take those products, whatever combination they are, applying whatever tactic you want with them, whether it's volume-based or percentage-based or a combination, and a combination of products, and to do that quickly and easily, and to have a process that brings that together, and then visualize all of your promotions together, allows you to really look at your market holistically, all the way through to a very granular way of looking at those promotions. And we'll show you that in the demonstration. So once we've got the promotion set up, we'll look at how do we execute that. Well, that's the real-time sales and automation. The ability to take these promotions along with every other task that you have to do out in the field, bring that to market through routes, and then do those execution based on what sort of outlet that you can to visit, whether that be a hypermarket like a Carrefour or a small kiosk by the beach. So the assortment capability of being able to execute only the assortments that are pertinent to that outlet, but also the promotions that are pertinent to that outlet. So if you're in the planning stage, you've built a specific promotion that's only relevant to a Carrefour, or you've built it for a segment of customers. Having that available offline and disconnected when you're in the store in an execution phase means that you generate the right revenues. You'll be executing the right promotions. You'll be taking the right orders at the point there. You could be doing the right tasks, whether that's promotion compliance and making sure that a promotion that you've offered to your retailers is being correctly applied in that outlet. Doing that in one product, in one app, offline, doing your job correctly and being guided through that job is what we do with our real-time sales and our automation piece, the execution part of that. And then finally, across the board, whether you're planning or whether you're executing, bring in AI into it. Whether the AI is telling you how to plan the correct visits or how to plan the correct tasks in those visits, but also driving orders, whether that's online with a complete order, a suggested order, or when you're out in the field and disconnected and you've looked to place a product that the customer wants and realize that it's out of stock, being recommended an alternative to that. Or you've put a suggested order together with your customer, and at the point of executing of that order that you want to supply them, you cross-sell and have recommendations to cross-sell. These AI and machine learning capabilities will boost the effectiveness and the efficiency of your team, but also boost sales. These three pillars are what helps drive the benefits that we'll go on to next. In my previous slide, I just talked about some of the pillars that we've got, and it was a slither of the capabilities of the product. But what does that mean to you as a business? Well, if I'm now planning and segmentating my market more effectively, I should be able to attack the market more easily and get more market share, whether that's across the countries and the regions I'm selling, or in market across certain segments of the distribution that I'm going after. It also allows you to do things more efficiently as well. In fact, one customer recently that's taken our product, they estimated, or they knew that their retail execution teams were only spending about 5% of their time selling. That was because they're in multiple products. They didn't really know what they were doing out in the outlets, and they weren't being driven to perform the perfect tasks. Some of that retail execution I talked about performing the right tasks at the right outlet and actually having the right pricing and the right assortments all in one place, one application, drives an enormous amount of efficiency. So you can do more. Your teams can do more. They can spend more time selling and being consultative. They can actually spend more time making sure that the promotions you've put in place are being adhered to, that the spend you're putting in those promotions, whether it's a share of floor space or a gondola or a cooler or an asset there, and the money that is spent, putting the volume discounts is being applied, and they're actually positioning them right in the store, and that the customers are getting available to those promotions. So you can do more with the same set of people, and you can expand quicker. All of those 2 points. So if I'm going to sell more because I'm selling to more outlets and I'm segmenting my market better, and I'm driving operational efficiencies in my execution team so they can do more, will lead to sales growth. Allied to the fact that you've got AI helping promote cross-selling and out of stock situations, you should be able to, increase your revenues. And 3 to 5% is a big increase in sales revenues. Also, you should be then increasing your sales volumes as well. So they go hand in hand, but they're driven by better numeric distribution and by driving better direct distribution efficiencies. Right, I would now like to hand over to Marco, who will take you through the end-to-end demo of our trade promotion planning to retail execution on the Aforza platform.
So I'm logged into the system as a category manager where I can review some KPIs around the performance of my categories. And if I want to do some additional activities around some of my products, I can have review on our promotion or activity calendar. So based on the amount of information that I can review, I can see all the promotions and activities that have been executed or planned for the full year. These can be grouped by category, these can be grouped by type or status, or even by product or product category. So because I'm a category manager, I'm interested in what's going on with the categories that are under my control. And even though I may have a wider view, I can quickly filter in the promotion calendar, just focus on my categories, which is baby products. So with that, I can quickly filter the rest out just to have a relevant view on the promotion calendar, which may be an annual view, or if I want to drill down into more current element, look into the current month, I can see there's nothing planned. So I may want to exploit a new activity or new promotion just to boost up my revenue. So I can do that here directly in the calendar, utilizing our tools on the right. If I click on the plus sign, I can directly add and start creating a promotion coming from a promotion template, or utilize a previous promotion that I can adjust and maybe just copy over if it was a successful one. So I drag this one into my calendar. I can change some of the metadata. So let's give it another name. So this is my September initiative. Last time we addressed a individual account like a Carrefour outlet, but now I just want to address a full segment, multiple customers, utilizing our segmentation engine. In this case, we're going to leverage our loyalty customers with a level A. Now we're going to adjust the activity period, so we're going to move that to this month. So let's take some date in the past, just to make sure we can execute it directly. And we're going to apply a type, which is a temporary price discount. We can see here the previous configuration. I'll take that as is for now and change that in a minute. But we can also here automatically or immediately change some things if that's relevant. But let's remove the tactics. So I can quickly add it to my calendar. I can see that it's been planned now for the remainder of September, starting at the 7th. And if I click on the promotion, I can have a quick summary view, or directly go into the designer to further design my promotion. So the top is correctly. We've set our name and our target. And if I look here into the actual content of my promotion design, I can see last time we addressed like a buy 5, let's say any 5 products. I set everything on the default of 1 to make it easy, or less easy depending on the setup and the products, the number of products we'll see in the execution side. So last time we said if you buy any 5 baby products, you can select 1 baby product for free. But now we want to change that, so let's remove this category and say, well, rather than getting a free baby product, you may want to have another bunch of SKUs that you can choose from, or just use a full category. So in this case, we're going to utilize a free kitchen roll. So just drag that on as a new category. Say the maximum is 1. Just take 1 by default, and you can choose any kitchen rolls that are part of that category. Now we just defined the elements, so the product is not free because we need to apply a tactic on the category for the free products. So if I switch to that, I can either give a set amount that I want to give as a discount. In this case, we don't know the individual prices, so we're just going to say this is a 100% free product if you buy 5 of these. Now with that, I'm done with designing, creating my promotion. Everything's been set, it's active, it's available for order, so people in the field can immediately take advantage of my promotion. But our target is in this case our golden points level A customers. But what is that? So I drill down into details. I can see more of the underlying details of the promotion if you want to go into things like how you're going to fund these things, etc. But now let's focus on my segment. So if I click through on that, I can see a bunch of rules on top of attributes that have been assigned to my customer base. That basically is a description of what is that golden points level A customer. So you can see there are 4 rules that need to apply before you are eligible for being part of this segment. So you need to be part of the loyalty program, you need to be on level A, on level gold, you need to have at least 2 point of sale displays in store, and the footfall in the store need to be medium or high. So we're not going to target any stores that have low set of people visiting on a daily basis. Now, based on these rules, I can quickly have a simulation to predict what is the reach of this segment definition, and therefore the reach of your promotion, which is now going to be 13% of our customer base. Now, once we have defined our promotions, you may want to actively take that into field in go to market. So from the segment definition, I can quickly see what is my reach. So that was 13% representing for the demo just 4 customers. And for that, to take that into field, I can quickly from this view create a route that I can use for some of my field planning capabilities. So let's say September promo demo route, so we can easily identify it. And then include all the customers in that route. So from there I can quickly create the route and navigate through our visit planning capabilities, where I can have a view on my route. So you see it's been created. I can go into details to change either the name, let's skip for that. Visualize my route on a map, so I can see here it's not a very optimized route because there's quite a distance in customer base, which may not be an issue because we can plan it over multiple days. But for the purpose of the demo, we're gonna remove this one, which is star number 2. So we're gonna remove that, and then we have a much more optimized view in a condensed area. So we're gonna visualize and say, okay, this is fine, this is my route, let's save that. Now, this is not just a review on a map to see if it's a relevant route, but we can actively use that for our planning capability. So if I switch to my agenda, my calendar view, I can here start planning my activities for the different people in the field. So depending if you're an individual user, you may only see your own calendar and plan your own activities. If you have a wider view in the system, you can see multiple people. So for my planning capabilities, I created my promotion, I have my target being set up. So I may want to send multiple people in the field, so that might be merchandisers, your sales reps, other roles that depending on how you define your field sales, and send these out with different tasks that need to be executed in the context of this promotion. In this case, just do everything with an individual user, with Sally, so I can start planning activities for her, utilizing that route. Rather than going into individual accounts, I can just leverage that route, say, okay, now plan activities for all the stores in that route that I've just created. So based on that route definition, it creates the visits and the travel time between them, taking into account that planning capabilities from that route definition. If I click on an individual visit, we see that multiple tasks have been assigned for the rep. So that might be depending on the role that you have in context of, in this case, my promotion, what tasks need to be performed. So I just combined everything to make it easy to demonstrate. So we can capture orders against that promotion. So we can see that promotion definition going into execution in the field based on that definition that we just did. And we can do compliance checks as well, if it's been set up correctly, because it was a stand, is it set up correctly? I can do that also over time during the course of my promotion. So maybe that you want to just pull them out. First we're going to do capture an order, then we're going to set it up in store, and then later on we're going to check the compliance. But for now I combine these things. So these tasks are being assigned based on a template that I've associated with this promotion and this segment. So based on those activities, we can define based on that template. You may have multiple ones. What are the tasks to be performed? And if this is something that you want to schedule over a certain period of time, you can also say this is a repetitive set of activities. So you may want to do a weekly compliancy check against that promotion if that's relevant. Now that we've planned our promotion, we planned our activities. Now let's switch to the mobile application to see how the field reps are going to utilize that information from their perspective. So as a field rep, I can leverage the Aforza mobile application either on a tablet or on a phone like I do today. So if I launch my application, I can see the visits that are scheduled for me, the upcoming ones, or if I go on the full list, I can see the ones for a wider period of time and also look back in time to see what are the results of my previous activities. So if I go into an individual visit, we can plot the address on a map to make it easy to navigate and also integrate with our navigation capabilities on the device. And when I arrive, I can do a check-in, which does a timestamp and a GPS capture. So you can see my tasks, the ones that we scheduled online, the two. I also have a quick view on some related data, like some notes that may have sent directly with the visit, and maybe some resources like an assembly guide or promotion flyer, whatever is relevant. So if I go to my task, we can capture an order and do a compliance check. If I start with an order first, so here we can have a quick navigation to easily navigate through the product catalog. But for today we focus on our promotion. So I can see what offers are eligible for this customer today. Those are 4, and on the bottom we see the promotion that we just created. So let's configure that first. So because we made it a configurable promotion, like a buy 5 get 1 free, you need to choose the 5 and the free one. We first need to configure it. So we can easily configure that, see that now it's grayed out. The moment we start configuring these things with a quantity of 5, if you're not ready, it goes into orange. If I go to 5, it becomes green and it's okay. The same applies for the free one. I can see I've selected too many. So I can remove a view and say this is my free chosen product. So let's confirm my selection, and then when I'm done with configuring my promotion, I can add it to my order, my cart. So I switch to that view. I can apply changes here if that's necessary. See a quick summary, and if the customer is compliant with it and ready to sign, we can complete the order, either generate an invoice or a receipt with the content that we selected. So we can either send it or print it, and then if the customer is okay, we can capture their signature and confirm my order. If I go back to my visit, I can see that task has been complete. If the promotion has been set up correctly later in time, we can do a compliancy check, which is based on our audit capabilities. So I can start an audit, where I can see what promotions do I have available that I need to check. So it might be our pamper stand that we need to check, where we have a configurable set of information that we capture. So the information you see here is something that we can capture, but that we can configure what is relevant in the context of this promotion to capture in the field. So that might be compliancy level based on some status information. So you can say it's fully compliant, or it's incorrectly assembled, or the location might be not as we have agreed, and then capture that location, say it's in the back of the outlet rather than in a more premium location, and then capture other things like are the products discounted, if it's stocked correctly, etc. And also give you the ability to add photos for proof if there are any incompliancies, or if proof that's been set up correctly. You can do it utilizing the camera, or if you already took the image before, take it directly from your gallery. Once you're done, you can say I want to confirm my audit. If there are any products associated from a stock perspective that are either out of stock or low, we can directly generate an order out of that as well. And then I can submit my audit and I'm done. Now when I'm done with my visit, I can check out and move to the next one. And all this information can be synchronized back to the online view, so we can run our analytics to see what the outcome is of our field activities. and execution in the field, there's a lot of information collected that we can leverage on, for instance, a dashboard to review and analyze different types of KPIs and underlying reports to make sure you are in full control of your activities, and if it's needed, you can adjust that utilizing the tools that we saw earlier in the demonstration. So with this, I want to wrap up the demo and go back to the presentation.
Thank you, Marco. And that was a fantastic demonstration of the product set. I hope you all agree with that. Being built on Salesforce and Google Cloud Platform means that we don't have to worry about the scalability. We don't have to worry about the security model. We don't have to worry about workflows and user profiles and log-on details. All of that's taken care for us by the Salesforce platform. It also gives you as a customer a lot of flexibility in how you take the core capabilities that you saw in Aforza and apply them to your business and tweak them and model them and work the way that you want them to work. It also gives us the ability to concentrate on bringing innovation to the market. And for a young company, we've already had 7 releases. We release every 4 months in a spring release, a summer release, and a winter release. And that innovation is driven by prospects talking to the companies that are interested in us and we want to sell to. And now, as we're getting more and more customers, our customers are pushing us to innovate more and more. In our last release alone, it just came out on the 31st of July, we had a major enhancement in our promotion designer, which you saw Marco go through earlier on. But we also had over 400 new features, some of them major, like the promotion designer, but some of them, small tweaks in the data model and capabilities across all of the Aforza product set, whether that's in the promotion designer through to the mobile retail execution app. And that generates a lot of supporting documentation, but it keeps us ahead of the curve. It keeps you innovating. It keeps you driving success into your organization, driving better efficiencies, driving better promotion management and returns on your budget and your spend. And what it also helps us do is continually push the boundaries. So we're thinking about the next level of engagement with in the FMCG market space, whether that's augmented reality, whether it's new products that we build around digital asset management as pictures and videos become more and more centric in selling to your customers. And this isn't going to stop. This is going to keep going on and on. We're already started our winter release, and luckily I was lucky enough to get a preview this week, and there's some major enhancements coming on in that release, driven by our customers, but also the product team as well. We look forward to having another webinar after that, where we'll start showing you those capabilities, and I'm sure Andrew will be promoting that at the end of this webinar.
So as Aforza continues to innovate their platform with agile delivery of different features and functionalities throughout the year, the way that we here at Changi have been implementing the Aforza solution has also been in an agile format. So your investment within the Aforza platform can be realized rather quickly. Your return on investment and the time to value is weeks, not months or years with some of the competition. So really what that means is looking at a problem statement, defining what the problem is, looking at what the solution would be with our architects, configuring the application, scaling it, sustaining it, and then start looking at different prioritized features for phase 2s and phase 3s. All of this obviously within the different modules within Aforza, and then also integrating with your backend. So the value here is that because it's a cloud-based solution, an application that really has the backing of Salesforce and Google, your time to value is really in weeks with our customers instead of many months or years.
Thank you, Kassan. And let's now look at some of our customers. We have wide-ranging customers, from principals and manufacturers to distributors. I guess one favorite of mine, one of customers of mine, is Transmed, who are one of the largest P&G, and actually multiple principal distributors in the region. They cover GCC and a little bit further outside of that into Turkey and to East Africa. For a wide-ranging number of companies, and they've taken Aforza to help them go to the next level for retail execution, but also in how they interact with their principals in trade promotion and budget and funding, and of course claiming rebates back through to other large manufacturers such as Distel, who are a large drinks manufacturer across the globe, a lot in Africa, going out into Europe and America, but also in the Far East as well. We have consumer health in UAE with Medcare, and other manufacturers such as a water manufacturer, Aquamist, food and beverage manufacturer, Menengal, and a number of other distributors for well-known brands across Europe with the likes of Alchemaz and Sumo Kopal and beyond. And perhaps that number one customer was first in market, and our first customer was Superfoam. You may not have heard of Superfoam, but a Kenyan company that manufactures beds and pillows and so forth, but transformed their business. You just heard about them with Gassan in a few weeks, and actually have taken that forward into, taken on more of our products and selling more and going further with it. And our newest customer, Mountain Source, who are a clothing and outdoor clothing parallel company in America. And again, going to start small with us, but hopefully grow their capabilities and usage of Aforza as they take on are partnering with us and their journey through their transformation in selling and front office capabilities. I hope you've enjoyed this session today, and we're now keen to take this to the next step. We'd like to offer you the chance to get going with Aforza and get access to a 30-day free trial. This will be a dedicated environment just for you, where you can load in your own accounts, contacts, products, and other data, and start using the rich features that Marco demoed today across the trade promotions and retail execution.
In addition to what John has explained around the 30-day free trial, as our offices are in Dubai, Changi can also meet with you face-to-face. We'd be more than happy to sit down with you, understand what your technology stack looks like, what the different challenges that you have, be it offline, be it cloud-based or on-premise solutions, and really help you understand the value that Aforza can bring specifically to your company, and really see where it's going to be a good fit for you. So please do take advantage of that. We're available. We have resources on the ground throughout the Middle East to make sure that you completely understand the Aforza solution and to really see if it's a good fit for you.